properly. Alright, is the stream back up for you guys?
Is it the new one you put up?
The new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a new one.
Oh.
And yeah, that one's up.
Alright. Then I guess reconnect to that one.
Yeah, I'm getting your please wait warmly thing.
Alright. That's good. Is there a new chat?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a moment. Alright. I've reset the chat window. Hopefully, a lot of you who were watching are still here. Hopefully, we'll go smoothly the rest of this race. Alright. To those of you who are still here, let's take a look at what happened to bring out our latest caution, because this one was a doozy. So this appears to have been right after the restart. Oh, Aaron Singer and Greg Gray, two of the lapped cars, getting 3 wide. They spin Calvin Hobbs right in front of the field. A bit further back, Lance Stone and one of the Angus Black gets turned around. Palmer Styles gets turned over. One of our dominant cars of the day going out. Yeah, he didn't have too many options but to get into the side of Calvin Hobbs, and that was Ryan Long who got him up and onto his roof.
Got him up on his lid there.
Did the 5 have a little help from behind?
Let me check. Does have some rear end damage, it looks. Yeah, he got a bit of a boost from one of the Extends cars. But this has done wonders for the front of the field. Daniel Voiles looks like a scheduled stop for the 82, who did inherit second at the line. Jason Richardson continues to lead. He elected not to pit. This has quickly turned into a race of survival.
Yeah, there's barely 10 cars on the lead lap.
There's going to be barely 10 cars left after this. Quite a few unusual names up here. So it's going to be, as we cycle on to lap number 57, Jason Richardson at the front of the field for Team Star USA. Peter Johnson for Expansion Motorsports moves up into second. Johnson Clapp for JD McDermott moves into third. Seth Anderson in his own car up to fourth. Stefan Wadarchik has survived dropping off the lead lap. He survived this latest pile-up, albeit with a little bit of damage. He is up to fifth. Daniel Voiles got past everything and got up to second at the line, but he has dropped to sixth after pitting. Dan Richards, there's barely anything left of that car, but he still runs seventh. Cam Barnes, the first car off the lead lap, is in ninth. Let's see the remainder of the lead lap. Calvin Hobbs, who got spun at the front of the field to begin all of that, is up to 8th and is the last car on the lead lap.
That's all.
Oh, and Johnson Clapp now having trouble. Even under pacing, our front runners aren't safe.
Are we not live anymore? Or oh no, you restarted it. I'm sorry.
There appears to be a different stream link now.
Yep, I found it. I'm sorry. I was making cheese and dips in the other room.
So hopefully everybody else is aware, or will find out soon enough. So Jason Richardson, his job is a little easier now, because a lot of these cars who have gotten up into the top 5 aren't quite up to par with the rest of the field. He struggles a little bit on the start. He's going to let the 77 of Jim Hayes by. He's a couple of laps down, so he's got quite a bit of work still.
I mean, when a wreck takes out pretty much all of the top contenders, it kind of does make your job a little bit easier.
No, because the 37 is still in it.
But here comes Jason Richardson around the 77 to take that lap back from him. Aaron Singer up to 10th, but he's holding up. He's holding these guys up. Johnson Clapp just came out of the pit lane. He's at least a lap down for sure. Now Singer heading into the pits. I'm not surprised that car's having some issues. Peter Johnson maintaining second place, but Waterchick and Hobbs are creeping up on him. The 99 of Alex Carson is a couple laps down as well. No, Carson is 6 laps down. I believe he pitted under green with some serious problems that kept him in there for a while. Waterchick back up to second now, as Jason Richardson gets away with a couple lapped cars in between him and everybody else.
Man, we're only about a quarter growing.
Only a quarter way through, the TV truck caught fire, half the field wrecked out, and no one saw it. So, you know, it's a great race.
But my connection is stable, so any future big wrecks should be seen.
Actually, that last
Knock on wood.
link, that last stream, I think it did show the wreck. So if you want to see the wreck where there was a car flipping, your car is flipping over, just go to the last stream and you'll see it. It's like towards the end of the video.
I also showed a replay at the beginning of this one. At least I think I did. Pretty sure I did.
Not sure if there are enough cars left to be another big wreck.
I'm sure the
There's always.
I'm sure the greatest drivers in America will find a way. Peter Johnson has now lost 4th place to Calvin Hobbs, Tiger racing car.
What track is the Texas 500 supposed to be at?
But
Is that
Arshik's catching that 2 car pretty fast.
Oh, we might have a race on our hands in just a bit. The Texas 500 will be at Fort Worth.
Okay. I was thinking Texas World because that's sort of a super speedway.
Texas World will be the round 2 cutoff for the playoffs. The race just before Daytona.
Okay. I did a race there, and I was speaking earlier off stream about tracks with interesting AI. Texas World 1990 by Thunder 98 and Dover 1991 are 2 tracks that I highly recommend if you like really weird wrecks. Because I had a wreck where someone got sent into the infield on the backstretch, came back across the track, hit the person that hit them so hard that when they hit the outside wall, they went above, and if there was no catch sense there, so they would have plowed into a billboard if there wasn't a invisible wall there. And then at Dover, I took pictures of it, but I forgot to save them. I've had multiple cars use, apparently the outside walls kind of ramp-ish at Dover 91, which is pre-asphalt Dover. So I've had cars, and in testing the track myself, I found myself climbing the wall very easily and flipping over. And I've had cars do that multiple times.
And in the middle of that, Waterchick has taken the lead with the help of the lapped car of Bobby Miller, the 3. Richardson finally getting by the 76, shaking his fist at him, I'm pretty sure.
The 2 car doesn't know how to get by a lap car.
Bobby Miller, the 3, not showing any respect for our veterans. Jason Richardson, who is definitely a Navy veteran. We're having trouble tracking down his records of his service in the Navy, but I'm sure they're out there. I'm definitely not foreshadowing anything at all.
I've got family who was in the Navy, and I'm pretty sure they might have heard of him. I'll have to ask around.
Waterchick definitely opening up that lead in a hurry. Trying to win in his first start. "21 of the 33 starters remain. I'm surprised we have that many cars left. But only 7 of them are on the lead lap.
"22 cars retired, right?"
Car 22 is out, yes.
Yeah, that car was involved in 3 accidents. It had to be Scott Weaver behind.
Well, Tim Woodard. I mean, that is Tim Woodard. He has his own issues. He tried very unsuccessfully to make a few races in FARC last year.
Speaking of FARC, I'm still angry that my driver didn't finish the championship.
Battle for position off the lead lap, though. Johnson Clapp gets around Cam Barnes to move back into 8th. He will be the first car 1 lap down. At the top of the show, I did say this race might be a disaster. I don't think I was exaggerating, but we're going to push through. Waterchick now getting held up behind the 5 of Ryan Long, who is missing his entire front end. Oh, and he gets into the back of the 5, sends him around. I saw 1 car stopped on the apron as well. We've got our next caution as Ryan Long sits helpless in turn number 2.
Was that the caution, or were they slowing down for the caution and the 5 just stopped on track all?
Calvin Hobbs was stopped at the exit of turn 2. So that's another one of our front runners in serious trouble.
That is a good reminder of a number I'm not going to be able to use. If I enter a car, by the way.
So the caution was for Hobbs. So I think the leaders took the caution, and Ryan Long just slowed way down for some reason. Waterchick, not having any idea what he was doing, just sent him around. No, I'm sorry. Long did have a problem because he didn't get going again.
Yeah, they'll do it.
Yeah, I think that might have been internal.
Leaders hit the pit lane. Dan Richards up to 3rd, with most of the sheet metal removed on that car. The ASCC cars still using sheet metal. We don't use
3rd and the 7 modified.
We don't go for that cheap commie composite body crap that's used in FARC and other short track series. We spit
Are the roll
on
bars
your plastic.
Oh, spit on the plastic. Oh, so this is good old metal, rigid.
Good
This
old
is
American
good old
steel.
American steel and not that bullshit composite the Master Cup cars use.
Straight out of Pittsburgh.
Damn right.
Straight out of Pittsburgh, a location that ASCC doesn't visit. But they do go to Pocono.
Yeah. It's the same state.
Yes.
It's close enough.
I heard contact. It's like we may have had an incident in the pit lane. A bit of a fender bender between Aaron Singer and Porter House.
Others already damaged. A little bit more wouldn't hurt.
So it looks like we're going to have 6 cars on the lead lap after this. Seth Anderson rounding out the tail end of the lead lap.
By the way, none of that lucky dog bullshit. Got to earn your way back.
I don't know, we got several people clamoring for a free pass rule. I mean, we do have playoffs after all. May as well up the ante.
Nah, this is America. You need to earn everything. Or have someone else do it for you so you earn it.
These playoffs, winning you're in, or no?
Not quite. The ASCC playoffs will go first by wins and then by points, maybe. I will have to check the rules that I wrote. I have forgotten, which is a very good sign.
Look, other major racing series forget their own rules too. That's because they throw out silly Billy silly Billy like rules and restraints and consequences.
Snake, Angus Black in the 24 has gone out of the race, but Porter House is still running in 19th, 4 laps down.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. So give us one.
Going back to green now. Calvin Hobbs not able to challenge for one of his 3 laps back. As Waterchick gets away, he's going to interfere with Jason Richardson. Hobbs is hanging on to the 37. He might challenge him soon enough. Just had a bit of a slow start. Richardson hanging on as well. The Waterchick could have lost his advantage that he had in that last run.
You know, if that 68 wasn't three laps down, that car would be contending for the win probably because of how fast, because how much he's able to keep up with.
Winston Orwell has fallen victim to the start and park glitch. He's been stuck in the pits since lap 6. He's going to be in last place in this race. Richardson going for the lead now. Johnson Clapp creeping up to the leaders. He's only 1 lap down. He's going to try to get back around them, back onto the lead lap. And there's Winston Orwell right there. Elmer Farley and Bobby Miller, the 3, have made their ways up into the top 20. So some pretty good results for those small shoestring budget operations. Yeah, nobody told him this race would be streamed live on Fuel Spill TV. He got a little nervous. I almost overlooked Peter Johnson still running in 3rd. The highest running Inglesby right now. Didn't think that team would achieve that honor, but half the field wrecking out happened. Jason Richardson has settled into the lead now. Calvin Hobbs not able to get any closer. Battle for 4th. Dan Richards against Dan Voiles. Cam Barnes in the 50, laying interference, running a lap down to these guys.
That 7 car is on the lead lap, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Again, this is the 4th place battle.
Yeah. How?
One of the greatest drivers in America. You don't need no front or rear end.
Dan Richards is a
Probably
former
not.
champion. He knows what he's doing.
In 8 laps, it'll be 146 to go.
A lot can still happen. A lot probably will happen, despite this lull in the action right now. Seems the field have gotten around Elmer Farley and Bobby Miller without much of an issue. Dan Voiles and Cam Barnes, and Dan Richards still haven't gotten around Cam Barnes. Was one car up in smoke?
Blew up. Yeah, somebody blew up.
Maybe not. Don't see any more retirements. Probably just seeing things. Bobby Miller interfering with the 4th place battle now. Jeff Little and Aaron Singer catching up to these guys. Both of them are off the lead lap as well. Dan Voiles able to get away from Dan Richards. But Richie Pinto has really lost sight of the leaders. Let's see if Dan Voiles could be catching him.
So, quick update on the Truck Series race that's happening in the real world. 13 laps to go. Moffitt leads, Jones second, Friesen third. And Moffitt is winning and kicking everyone's ass in a sponsorless.
Where's Ross Chastain?
He is 7th.
Alright. Oh, Richards looks like he might have his opportunity taken away. As
I actually met. Go ahead.
As Elmer Farley slid up in front of the 7. But, go on.
I actually met Ross Chastain at Dover earlier this year.
Nice.
Yep, he was really cool. Didn't really get to talk to him, but I walked up to him. I said, "I'm gonna be here. I'll be rooting you on." He's like, "Dude, thanks." I said, "Yeah, you're the first Cup Series driver or any driver of like NASCAR quality that I've ever met," and it like lit up his eyes. Like, really? Like he has the honor of being the first driver I've ever met.
Nice.
So I think that put a smile on his face.
Oh,
and
we got
and after.
We
No,
got
go
a
ahead,
caution. But I go ahead and wrap up your
Oh.
story.
Yeah, but it was cool. Who wrecked?
I'm gonna
I see
find
skid
out.
marks to the inside, so I think someone might have put it in the wall.
Oh, I caught the tail end of Miller getting turned by the 77. Oh, he was involved in 2 wrecks in 1 lap. First he got turned by Ryan Long. Alex Carson gets caught up in it. So then
that's
they
unfortunate.
gather it up, get back going, and
That's the cause of
now
the caution.
coming back to the yellow, Jim Hayes not playing very nice with him.
The 46 car, like, that team doesn't happen to be sponsored by any alcoholic beverages, is it?
What 46 car?
The 76, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
do they? I don't think so.
Uh,
That's a missed
I don't know.
opportunity.
Yeah, it is. It would also explain his driving there.
So we're under caution for Bobby Miller, the 3 shenanigans. The leaders come out of the pits in the same order they entered. Jason Richardson maintaining the lead over Stefan Waterchick. Peter Johnson in 3rd. Dan Voiles is going to be 4th. Dan Richards 5th. And Seth Richardson 6th. And on the tail end of the lead lap. Now here come all the lapped cars.
Who drives the 76 again?
Bobby Miller, the 3.
Is there a Bobby Miller the 3 Jr.?
Oh, there should be someday.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You're welcome.
He's not going to be Bobby Miller the 4th. He's going to be Bobby Miller the 3rd Jr. We got to make that happen.
I'll even field a car with my sponsor if you want.
We'll get him a Fark ride.
How old is Bobby Miller the 3?
I don't know. But let's
old enough.
let's assume he's old enough to have a kid who could get into Fark. Bobby Miller the 3rd Jr. We need to do this.
Like 3 Junior, I'm down with that.
Wait, what's the age restriction, or what's the age limit on drivers in ASCC?
18. It's 14 in Fark.
So yeah, there you go. He just happens to have a kid with some suspicious-looking document.
He could just straight up be old enough.
He could, you're right. There's no defined age for any of the drivers, right?
That makes too much sense, Siege.
We're going back to green this time. Calvin Hobbs going to try again to get one of his 3 laps back. He was one of the stronger cars earlier in the run until his mechanical issues. Oh no, Johnson Clapp has dropped out under this yellow. He was trying to get back onto the lead lap, but it's not meant to be.
He got clapped out.
Back to green. Jim Hayes making it 3 wide. All these cars are on separate laps. Oh, little contact. That's not even for position for any of these guys.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they can't put on a show.
No, Winston Orwell is still stuck in the pits, 102 laps down at this point. Does Hayes have a problem? Yes, he does. Jim Hayes headed into the pits.
You know, if they were able to get that car back on track after starting parking it, they could make up so many positions.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, they are so many laps behind, and they are not going. A truly missed opportunity.
And this just did. Brett Moffitt has won at Chicagoland.
Another this just in, we're under caution again. I don't know for who yet.
I saw the pit car, then I saw the 76 car, and I assumed that it's him.
Let's find out if it is. No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh,
Let's
somebody
go
else.
through
Okay.
the field. Oh, it's the 32 getting turned into the wall by Seth Anderson. I knew I saw damage on the back end of that car, but I don't know if it was from now or from earlier. It is from now.
Oh, you hate to see it, ladies and gentlemen.
So Brett Finley into the wall to bring out another caution. He's going to drop down a few spots. He was running in 9th. And during that run, Dan Voiles has gotten around Peter Johnson to move up into 3rd. So Dan Voiles, the entrepreneur and journeyman driver, making his first start today in his own car. He's looking for some partners. So this should help him.
Hopefully that car gets a sponsor. Looks like a fast piece.
On oil.
Ron might be a good fit. Who knows?
Ron Oil, of course, still dealing with the fallout from the Gulf of Mexico spill. Calvin Hobbs headed into the pits.
Well, would it be I guess considered a idea of goodwill towards a young and up and coming driver if he is indeed a young and up and coming driver? Which I highly doubt, but you know, why?
One moment, sounds like you gotta let the cat into the room.
That's Moffat's second win of the year, or third, because he technically won at Iowa. He didn't win, but he won because Ross Chastain got disqualified.
Jim Hayes also lost out on that restart. He has dropped to 6th behind Seth Anderson. Going back to green this time. Richie Pinto is going to be the first one in that lap down line. He is indeed the first car a lap down.
So someone pointed this out earlier in one of the chats that I guess in Portuguese the word pinto means dick.
Yes.
So his name technically in Portuguese would translate to Richie Dick.
So, Dick.
I made that joke as well earlier.
Peter
I don't know
Johnson is also Dick.
Yes, because names.
This is how Expansion Motorsports scouts their drivers.
Well, yes. I mean, but I think it might be a little confusing to the Portuguese audience when they're hearing Dick, go head to
Head to head, eh?
I may or may not have meant to say that.
Just stop, Oaks.
Jason Richardson streaking ahead of 37 once again, and here comes Luca to bring me a hard-earned drink. Thank you very much. We're gonna have a challenge for the lead. This is gonna get good. Oh, we got a car going into the wall. Greg Gray in the 78 got turned.
No caution.
Got a little help from Ryan Long. Greg Gray up to 10th place, but maybe not for long
A
now.
little damage. He'll be fine.
That won't help.
Nah, he's still running up there in 10th.
I mean, are there even enough cars for him to drop more positions too?
His closest challenger is Brett Finley in the 32. Meanwhile, Waterchick up on Richardson's bumper, looking for a way around. Seth Anderson up to 3rd now. He's gotten around Peter Johnson. So if these two tangle, he could really capitalize.
Tingle, really? That's the choice word?
Did I say tingle?
Yes, you did!
Well, who knows what these boys are going to get up to.
I think you meant tangle.
I intended to say tangle, but I can't control their actions. They do what they're going to do. So if they decide to tingle, who am I to stop them?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we have Tick Tick and Dick Dick in the race. It's bound to
I
happen.
think all of our minds have gone into a very specific location tonight.
Snake says, or tinkle. That's up to them too.
I mean, it is a long race, so they might have to do that.
Welcome to the ASCC.
Waterchick just can't get around the 2. He's got that arrow push. Oh, and Dan Voiles has just dropped out of the race. I see on the ticker. So that's going to leave 5 cars on the lead lap. Very frustrating for Voiles. Just before halfway.
I think I can guess what the season theme is going to be.
Reliancy issues?
Yep.
Yes, these long races have been notoriously hard on equipment, and that's just the way they like it. Well, everybody except the team owners who have to shell out for new engines. And in the case of
I'm not even gonna say it.
In the case of this race, new body work.
I just checked back. I'm just checking back in. How's Jim Hayes doing? Because I saw Richards was in the top 10 still.
Jim Hayes has had some issues. He's down to 12th, 3 laps down. Dan Richards is 5th in a car that looks like this.
50 cars out too.
And he's doing fine.
He's a former champion. He knows how to get around in just about anything.
Yeah.
And yes, Cam Barnes in the 50 has just dropped out as well. Battle for 3rd heating up again. Peter Johnson getting around the 51 to take that spot back and become the leading Inglesby in this race.
Also, I don't know if you were intentionally pronouncing it that way, but it's Woodard.
Really? Because I heard, I think I heard Waterchick last from Cooper.
Well, if it's actual like Polish pronunciation, it's Wodarczyk, but or Wodarczyk, but it's if you're Americanizing, it's Wodarczyk.
All right, any Polish people who might still be left, let's settle this once and for all.
Source am Polish, so.
All right. So.
And this Polish source confirms
Wodarczyk.
Mike Wodarczyk.
Wodarczyk.
I think historically it's been Wodarczyk too, but I could be wrong.
So most properly would be Wodarczyk.
Wodarczyk.
Wodarczyk. But proper Americanization would be Wadarchik.
Wodarchik.
Wodarchik. Okay,
Yes,
thank you for settling that. And
The debate that has lasted for 10 years. Or 12 years or however long.
and well, now that we're pronouncing his name correctly, Stefan
taking the lead.
Stefan Wodarchik has been given the motivation he needs to take the lead from Jason Richardson.
We willed him to the lead.
And he's gonna pull away once again. Floyd fan, fart cars are due yesterday, but that doesn't really matter, because, I haven't done anything with them yet. But get them in soon, please.
Fark cars currently don't do, they did. Also, looks like there's a decent battle going on between the 44 and the 7.
There could be.
They had actually swapped positions, so...
Yes, Seth Anderson took third back from Peter Johnson, who has now really dropped off as Dan Richards has gotten around him now for fourth. The third place Anderson is 16 seconds behind the two leaders now.
So I have fired up my Xbox, and I have the YouTube app on there, and I have the race currently broadcasting on the big T.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Looks
I
like we
took a
might have another
picture.
caution. Elmer Farley looks like he's been stopped, getting back up to speed in the 0. Up to 16th place, by the way.
That car looks remarkably
To be
clean.
fair, I'm doing the same thing.
Oh, Dan Richards.
Oh, yeah, someone, that was not a good spotter.
Dan Richards needed a caution.
Be gone, old man.
Be gone, thought. We both had the same joke.
Great mind. What was that they said about great minds thinking alike?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's kind of cool looking it up on my TV. It's really cool. Like, it's a little bit behind, but it's like maybe it's half a second.
Looks like our leaders are going to hit the pits again. But Elmer Farley, as I said at the beginning of the show, is the only driver in today's field from ASCC's original run in the 1970s.
For those who can check the Discord, check NR 2003 General. I posted a picture.
That's there.
Stefan Wodarchik will be making a few select FARC starts later this year to get himself some practice for the big tracks, Fort Worth and Talladega in particular. He's going to exit the pits first, followed by Jason Richardson, as predicted. Seth Anderson will beat Peter Johnson and Dan Richards out, and those will still be the only 5 cars on the lead lap.
What about the lucky dog? Oh, wait.
Seth Anderson beats Peter Johnson off in the pit lane.
Notice how Siege cut that short.
I didn't hear it. What happened?
Let it go.
Okay.
There haven't really been any big crashes since the one that occurred before the stream restarted. But we are under caution now for Dan Richards sending Elmer Farley up into the wall.
You deserved it.
Elmer Farley, despite running on a shoestring budget, will be fielding 2 cars in the Texas 500. He will be fielding a General Lee throwback for Bobby Dwyer.
Is it going to be number 01, like the car, or?
Yes, it is.
Ah, okay.
Bobby Dwyer, he should be in Master Cup.
No way, Master Cup is beneath him and the ASCC.
Yeah, they turn right.
That 77 looks clean. Must be, like, an internal issue.
Yeah, he's been having some mechanical gremlins. But he is back up into 11th. And Alex Carson has had more problems. He's now 18 laps down. Yeah, he might be stuck in the pit lane, same as
Yeah.
Winston Orwell. So this will be Alex Carson's fate.
I do think it has something to do with, like, one of the issues that's in the Pappy AI is, like, fuel issue.
Yeah, I think Krasta said that he or somebody he knows has a theory that it's a mechanical issue that was dummied out.
I've actually looked into, like Replay Analyzer, with the mechanical reports for each car, and I've had cars that have fuel system issues that are on pit road, and they run out of fuel on pit road. And I think it's got something to do where the crew can't replenish the fuel that's leaking out enough, so they just perpetually stay in the pit lane. That's my theory.
I'll see. I think I reduced that, or one of those mechanical problems, chances to 0. I think in the FARC Pappy AI, but maybe not for this one. So I'll have to go back and look at that. As we got another challenge for the lead, Jason Richardson trying to take it back.
That 77 looks like he wants his lap back, too.
One of his
I'm
3
kinda
laps
hoping.
back.
Honestly, all the cars without damage should just get their lap backs because it feels like they are very competitive enough.
Well, unfortunately, the game can't handle that, Johnny.
Yeah, I know. A man can
You
wish,
can't
though.
have nice things.
R/choosing beggars.
Beggars can't be choosers, yeah.
What's the name if there is one?
YouTube, dude. We're watching ASCC from The Rock.
Krasta, I've actually had cars have issues with coolant leaks, and it actually isn't. I mean, I haven't seen coolant leak as a like a real issue, but I've seen it be involved with various reasons for retirement.
I have not done any texture edits on this track whatsoever because I just don't care enough most of the time.
Oh, is this just the normal in-game rock, or is this the SNG one?
This is revamped 2012.
Okay. Because I know SNG has, or APT or whatever they're calling themselves, has a Rockingham, and that's the one that I'm going to be using.
I believe APT is just Panko's thing.
Yeah, it is. But I think they have 2 versions of Rockingham now.
Alrighty. Jim Hayes is keeping up with these guys, running slightly faster lap times. Well, not that lap. Jason Richardson getting away just a little bit. We could have a position battle between Jim Hayes and Calvin Hobbs for that 11th spot in a bit.
What's up, whoever joined?
Hey, Casey.
How's it going?
Oh.
Quite well, thank you, thank you. Could have sworn I was gonna miss the race, but I didn't realize how long it was gonna be.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be 100 laps to go this time by.
Nice, Mark, to join in.
I didn't know how long it was until I joined the room and he told me. I was like, oh.
It's nice to see some races with some proper miles to them.
Ah, an ASCC supporter.
Mm,
The FARC races are also going to be a little bit longer, too.
nice. Still one pit stop generally, or bump it up to 2?
Maybe 2. We'll see.
Gotcha. Just curious.
Is that FARC main or is that FARC across the board?
Across the board. The late model races could be upwards of like 100 laps on the milers.
How many cars are you running this season with FARC low?
Come again?
How many cars are you running with FARC low dollar? The main series.
There are a lot fewer than last year, and that's by design. So most of the entry lists so far are a little short of full fields.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
I might start a team and put a car if there's room.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it'll be a full-time ride too, so I don't think it will be Jones though, it'll be a completely different drive.
We've got our 11th place battle now. Jim Hayes trying to hold off Calvin Hobbs.
Just realized I completely forgot about with my FARC entry.
Yeah, I think Jones is going to do one more season in the late models in the Larry Lemon, and I'll just start a team. I'll start my own team, which means I'll be splitting off from the other car that I was teaming with.
Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight?
Hello, whoever just entered.
It's Krasta.
Alright, hello there. Do you think you can get your FARC car to me after this?
Yep, definitely.
Alright.
Forgive me, the guy who just joined in late, but dare I ask where the flare cars are?
They are both out, unfortunately. Joshua Pacer was very fast early on, but he dropped out, and Alex Carson is stuck in the pit lane.
They were a flare for the dramatics.
Well, that's disappointing. Oh well. There'll be more chances in the future, I suppose.
You sound really depressed by that.
Nah, it's alright.
How many races is this season?
23. For ASCC or FARC?
ASCC.
Yeah, 23.
Honoring Arthur Thomas.
Oh, was that really?
Not quite intentional, but we'll roll with it.
Not by design.
We'll roll with it.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Happy accident. Oh, Bobby
remember-
Miller the 3 gets spun by our leader.
Oh. I hope Bobby Miller the 3 is okay.
We should just call him Bobby Miller the Dale.
You should have been here for the joke earlier.
His hood looks like a Canadian flag with a
No,
star.
yeah, I wasn't here for it, but I watched it on the broadcast.
Yeah, we may
There's-
see a Bobby Miller III Jr. poking around soon enough.
What?
Wouldn't that be Bobby Miller the 4?
No.
Oh.
Gotta be Bobby Miller the 3.
Bobby Miller the 3 Jr.
Maybe we'll just get his brother Kerry involved, and he just won't be very good.
But he won't be injured.
That too.
I still need to say that whenever Carrie Fenton gets into a bad wreck.
Kerry was not injured.
Oh no.
Yes.
But was that said on a highlight reel? Because I don't remember them saying that in the broadcast.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a highlight reel.
Okay.
Kerry was not injured.
Oh, which
It was the accident that it was during the accident that Blaze Alexander was killed.
yeah, I know that. I saw a
I,
car drop out just now, I think. I don't know.
I actually
who
know. Sorry, Siege.
Yeah, I don't know who that was. Go ahead.
But I know 2 people who actually were at that race.
Oh no.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the continued discussion of that race for anybody out there who might not find it terribly pleasant, but I've seen the live broadcast. Was the commentary done? Was the commentary over the broadcast done afterwards? Because that announcement came pretty quickly.
I think because of the way the wreck was, it was probably pretty telling.
Dan Richards in the lead.
Yeah, looks like Dan Richards has stayed out and taken the lead.
Yeah, buddy.
Well,
Where?
this should be interesting.
Well, that's
Where
interesting
is
production.
that you immediately announce it. Like,
And now to change the subject, the most damaged lead lap
I don't-
car is leading the race.
I don't see a loose
no.
car.
We don't need no bumpers and no spoilers.
Do you guys see a loose car? Because I can't find it.
Nah, it's too tight.
No. Dang it.
I think I see the joke you were going there for, but I didn't get it.
I just meant there's no hood or
the-
rear end.
Oh.
The damage and the quality makes it look kind of like the rear quarter panel says luck with 2 C's. At least on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it
yeah,
does.
I
Oh, yeah,
kind
it
of,
does.
I kind of see it.
Using that luck to take the lead.
Good lord.
All
I
right.
see what I see what you're doing there. I see it. That's
So, for the first time in feels like 100 laps, we have a car leading that isn't Wodarczyk or Richardson. It is former champion Dan Richards at the front of the field with a very heavily damaged car. Can he keep it there? Probably not, but this should be entertaining.
good news. The 7
Jim Hayes
is
is gonna get his lap back.
Yeah, a couple
He's-
cars might get their lap back because of this.
Yeah,
This was by design.
yeah.
This is how we get the lucky dog. We
Elaborate-
put the slowest car in first.
Elaborate team orders. Elaborate strategy from Team Thunder.
Oh my.
We're back to green.
This was planned. Oh, he's gonna lead a lap under green too, I think.
Oh, here
no.
comes Richardson.
2 car might say otherwise.
Yep, Richardson gets it back. Anderson might be going back for third here. Calvin Hobbs getting one of his laps back now.
For now.
Yeah, for now. 51's a bit closer to the leaders, so he might be able to enter this fight, but I gather by
But well, he's an
Sit out,
Inglesby
Johnny.
who isn't Palmer Styles, so that's probably not gonna happen.
I was trying to say words, but I failed.
He is the leading Inglesby right now. After Palmer Styles took a tumble, and Johnson Clapp dropped out of the race with mechanical problems. And
Dan Richards, at least he led.
Wodarczyk gonna take the lead back here. Battle for third, Peter Johnson and Seth Anderson to become the leading Inglesby.
That 7's actually keeping up pretty well.
Oh, contact.
The
44 is
three
gonna
wide.
go around.
I'm Mike Garvin. Oh.
Oh no.
Saved it. He's
He
gonna
got
probably hit the
squeezed.
wall.
It's a good save.
We're back under
Yes,
caution.
nice save.
Peter Johnson keeps fifth, so we've only got 5 cars on the lead lap.
Thunder's reign of terror continues, spinning cars.
Did the 68 get his lap back?
Yes, I
68
think so.
got one of his laps back, so
Yeah.
he's now only
Good
2
on him.
laps down.
Awesome.
Dan Richards stays out to get Jim Hayes a lap back, instead gives Calvin Hobbs a lap back.
Perfect strategy.
Flawless
CG,
victory.
The 630 is in your DMs.
Alright, I will grab that after this race.
All right.
Fitting for the procrastination car to be sent the day after they're due.
Hello.
We are procrastination after all. We'll get there
I see what
eventually.
you did there.
It's the greatest.
We'll get to
team
victory
name I've
lane
ever
when we
seen.
want to.
I'll save the replay right here. Part 1, in case some of it gets cut off at the end. Gas and go for Stefan Wodarczyk, but Jason Richardson stays out and takes the lead back.
And Dan Richards stayed out again, too.
No, that's Aaron Singer, I believe.
that is?
Yeah.
Oh. They're both yellow cars missing their hood.
Yes.
I couldn't tell.
Just under 80 laps to go now. Still, anything can happen.
Elmer Farley's having a pretty decent run.
Yeah, all you need to do to put together a good run here is to not die.
I think I saw he's third to last on the track.
16th, though.
He is second to last on track. Alex Carson and Winston Orwell are, of course, stuck in the pits.
Oh, okay.
First car lap down now is Paul Sherman from the Brotherhood of American Racers.
Siege.
Yes.
How many people took the all rating option, roughly?
What do you mean?
Like, cause you can add change the max to 70 or 80, or you can do the minimum and it goes to reliability.
Oh, you can do both.
Oh, you can do both?
Yes. I
I
mean,
thought there was.
you add 1, 70, and 80 to each of the driver sections, and then if you want,
Okay.
you can add reliability at the cost of minimum.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, sorry if I didn't make that clear.
Oh, in that case, then I have something to send you.
All right. Richardson takes off once again. Wodarczyk has his hands full with the lapped car of Sherman and possibly Finley in a moment. That is not a position battle between the 88 and the 32. This could get hairy. But Sherman slides up in front of the 37.
Orwell is just eating a sandwich Terry Chavot style.
What about Enola? Snake?
There you go. There's the revised rating.
Alright, thank you very much. I will apply those for the next race.
Didn't really make a difference since he only lasted 7 laps in this race, but
I kind of cheaped out with Pacer's min rating, so I guess I should have expected a couple mechanical problems.
you said things were guns get H.
Gonna get hairy. So... Damn it, Snake.
Snake's been making those jokes all night long.
He's been making jokes like that the entire time he's been with us.
Things are gonna get H.
Keep it up, Snake. We're proud of you.
H is in the chat.
Peter Johnson has made his way back up into third as Seth Anderson struggles a bit. Dan Richards looking to get by him soon enough.
Oh, here they go. Here go the H's.
Oh yes, the H's.
This will be one for the H's.
Oh.
Oh, apparently the Brickyard 400 is going to be a one-day show.
Okay.
Qualifying and the race the same day.
Who thumbs down this video? Wow. You know, just for that, you get a thumbs up.
Aw, thanks. I wonder if it might be somebody who's desperate.
Where's Walfus?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that. Like,
I mentioned that it's no thumbs down, and now it's 4 thumbs up.
I had to
You
second
guys are
your movement.
awesome.
Like, I've gotten a huge boost in views and, subscribers from my Walfus stuff, even though my racing stuff is my baby. Like, you guys gotta understand that.
This has been going on far longer than Wolfus. I mean,
Walfus,
like,
Walfus as a whole, I don't know, that might be debatable, but
no, I mean like on your channel.
yeah, yeah.
You've been doing this like half your life.
Like, you give him
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, you give him a thumbs up or you get out.
Yeah, I've literally been doing this racing thing almost half of my life now.
I know I definitely have.
But yeah, anybody here from the Walfus side, yeah, you gotta understand, this is my baby.
Siege.
That's not to say I intend to quit Walfus. It's just Walfus takes a lot more to put together than the racing stuff does, and again, I've been doing the racing stuff a lot longer.
Siege, you went from 0 thumbs up and 1 dislike to 8 thumbs up and 1 dislike.
Well, thank you all for the support in these trying times.
It's up to 10 now.
It's okay, Siege, we're here for you.
12.
Bro.
Well, now it's gone 10-2.
And now, anyway, back to the race. Is Jim Hayes catching the 2? I think he is. I think, in all of that, he's gotten himself in between Wodarczyk and Richardson, slowly reeling in the leader. So he's gonna get one of his laps back soon enough.
$18.
Closing
I mean,
in
I
on
have
60
thumbs. I
laps
wish
to
I could
go.
get 2 thumbs up.
Jim Hayes and Stefan Wodarczyk are closing in on the 2.
Someone in chat said, why can't I give a thumbs middle?
Ignore him, that's just Ike.
Yes, Calvin
Silly
Hobbs.
oak.
Calvin Hobbs is the first car 2 laps down. We only have 2 cars 1 lap down right now. That would be the 30 of Richie Pinto and the 88 of Paul Sherman. Let's see how close together they are on the track. Not close at all. So forget I said anything.
Also, I haven't forgotten about PCC. I just haven't been home for the past 2 weeks.
No excuses. Where are my PCC video?
Out on an oil rig somewhere in northeast Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fine.
Wodarczyk got
Okay.
held up by the 76 a little bit.
So maybe next time I'm home, I'll actually do something.
Are you out of the rig now, Mike?
No,
Oh.
I've been back home for like I think this is like the 2nd full day I've been.
Ah, gotcha.
I might be headed back sometime at the start of next week
Aha.
if I had to posit a guess.
And while I wasn't looking, Dan Richards has gotten himself up into third.
He actually had a pretty decent gap before he got held up behind the 32.
Got a position battle brewing between the 68 and the 32.
Jim Hayes might straight up earn this lap back.
Yeah, but then he'll have 2 more to get.
Doesn't matter. He'd still be on the lead. He'd still be on the lap with 8th through 10th. Top 10 is still on the cards.
Yes, it is.
The gap between the 7 and 44 has opened up to 2 seconds.
Yeah, Peter Johnson isn't getting him anytime soon. Need a wreck. Ratings need a boost.
Jim Hayes spins the 2.
Mike, careful.
Well,
Careful about what?
well, Wodarczyk doesn't really need the help. He's closed into 9/10.
The 2 then spins into Wodarczyk, giving the win to the 7.
This is okay.
Oh, the 77 spins the 2 into the 37, giving the 7 the win.
50
Real,
laps to go now.
Talk
real
about
team
hitting the
order
7
hours.
key.
Take out the 2.
Leaders are closing in on Seth Anderson. If they get him, it'll only be 4 cars on the lead lap now.
Forgive me if it's a dumb question, but Luck Glider, do the colors on the 2 car originate from somewhere specific, or are they just general Navy colors?
So I based it on one of Brad Kozlowski's Busch cars.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Now, Wodarczyk gets around the 77.
I'm still new to this, so here's my excuse for this question. But if you like win or get a top 10 or anything like that, and your rating goes up, I still like the max rating goes up. I still don't get like.
Oh, we're wrecking. Sorry, go.
Farley's got a lot of damage.
Yeah, driver's side.
What were you saying, Secret?
If you like win and your max rating goes up or get a top 10, like what does that do? I don't get why that's important.
What do you mean in terms of like the individual driver rating?
I believe that's a FARC.
Sure.
I believe that's a FARC thing.
Yeah.
But if you could elaborate, Siege.
So for a win, top 5 or a top 10, the driver's maximum goes up to a certain limit. So that's to like establish consistent front runners throughout the season.
Basically, if the max rating goes up, they have a higher ceiling.
Yes.
Each driver is the default setting for each driver is normally 40 to 60, and yeah.
Yes. So, looks like Peter Johnson needed a caution and used Elmer Farley and Greg Gray to do it.
That keeps the 51 on the lead lap.
Maybe not. I think
No,
he went a
actually.
lap down right
Not
before
get
that.
caught.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So that caution came a little too late for him.
So question, going back to the rating system. In winning or the top 5 or the top 10, in doing that, does your basement also move up a point, or does it stay?
No, it's the basement stays the same.
Yeah, the floor's
Okay.
the floor.
All right, I just wanted to. I figured I asked.
So there would be a bigger gap between the ceiling and the floor. Only 4 cars on the lead lap now.
But do the walls stay the same? Oh, luck later.
What does that even mean?
We're
Wait,
building a
what?
house
Oh,
for the drivers.
God.
It's like lighter. It's a non sequitur. It happens.
You know,
Dang it.
you know that seems pretty helpful to call it the ceiling and the floor. So, I never thought of that before.
The basement's staying the same.
My mom said that to me yesterday. Guess I'm not moving out anytime soon.
Oh, that's funny.
No, luck ladder, I don't, but at the same time, I don't really care to figure out.
Yeah. Where's Berlin?
Work in progress.
Did your video get firebound by the Soviets again?
Please stand. Sorry, your audio actually cut out there. What was that?
Did the video get firebombed by the Soviets again?
No, the wall divided it in half.
It
Oh,
hasn't
right.
happened. Gosh dang it. Yeah, we haven't had any fire bombs in a long time, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Need to,
Yeah, you can increase the ceiling, but the floor stays the same, and the driver has a bigger house to live in.
Yeah.
There's only 4. Did I miss something? I was away. Did I? There's a car missing from the lead.
51 went a lap down.
Yeah, right
Oh,
before the caution.
No. That sucks.
Yeah, luck ladder.
Well,
I'm
maybe
gonna
he
need to
should've
add another
less.
luck ladder. I'm gonna need to add another day to the days without incident count.
Going back to green, closing in on 40 to go.
The FARC drivers live in one big house.
Oh, that would be fun.
Oh, and
Big
Jim
Brother
Hayes
Park
trying to get
edition.
one of his laps back.
Oh my goodness.
Aaron Singer into the wall in the back.
Only time they leave the house is when they have to race, and they have to go back to the house after a race, and all the fights that would ensue.
Battle for third, Peter Johnson and Dan Richards. Richie Pinto helping his teammate out. Snake says, reality show, what the fark is going on?
I love that title.
I like it.
It's very appropriate.
I like it.
There's a guy that I met on Xbox one day. I haven't talked to him since, but his real last name is apparently Froop. So his Xbox gamer tag was like, "What the Froop is going?"
Fun fact: Derek Dudding is a real person.
Huh?
So
You mean-
no, so funny story. So, I have someone who like is in my extended family who is married to someone named Derek Dudding.
Are you
Who
serious?
does demo derbies?
Oh, nice.
Of course he does.
Oh my god.
Well, if they crash
That's
a lot, it
amazing.
makes sense.
That is extremely fitting.
Which is why all the videos have a disclaimer at the beginning saying similarities to real people is not intentional.
I know, but it's just
Yeah,
like,
I know. It's
What
still
are the
funny as hell.
odds?
out of all the drivers on my team, the only real name on my team is my own. But I stole Alfred's name comes from an anime.
So, have you alerted this Derek Dudding to
No,
his
I've never
counterpart?
met him.
Oh, okay.
That day will be legendary.
I don't
You
ever
said-
plan on doing that.
All right.
You say that they're married to someone in your family.
Yes, in like extended family.
Oh, extended. Okay. So like the only way you may or may not meet them is at like a family reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people I've met at my family reunion that I have no clue about now.
Elmer Farley was in Fart Trucks for a while, wasn't he?
Maybe, and then he got dumped again.
Oh.
Oh, that's a pretty big accident, and that's gonna be the end of the race for Farley and Bobby Miller.
Bobby
the
Miller.
three.
Oh,
three.
that's not good.
Picked a good time to ask that question.
Let's see what happened.
Looks like the zero just stopped on track, I guess.
Oh, he got dumped
Could
by
have
the
been a
two.
much bigger wreck.
Oh, was that the
Oh
leader?
wow.
Oh yeah, that's a pun.
Hashtag park the two. Am I right?
Actually, this is ASCC. This is boys have at it, and we don't mess with the veterans.
Veterans question mark, because I believe the two's record was.
Until proven otherwise, he's a
But the two
veteran.
is a veteran, so he can't. The two is actually a veteran, so support our troops. He didn't do anything wrong.
Why doesn't he have like one of those bumper magnets that has like the ribbon and it says support our troops in like different colors?
It's because people who actually were troops don't seem to subscribe to that so much.
Well, that's two less cars in the field.
Yeah, if you want to talk to anyone about that, like Lecklater would be your first option.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's an empty rallying cry?
Yeah, our 2 back markers are now out.
Back markers drop off. Caution rate drops to 0.
I guess you could say the ammunition car ran out of ammo.
Boo.
Yeah, that's the second wreck in a row that Farley was the center of. This did him in. Should for the next race, should I bring that car back with like obvious hasty repairs?
Either that or like a team sold him a backup car.
That is a thing.
Or maybe he could be driving the General Lee car with a 0 slapped on it.
Yeah, I just thought of that too.
Siege.
Yes.
Just cover up the 1 and
Yeah.
have the 0 like off center.
Yes.
Duct tape. Just blue duct tape.
I will put an obvious duct tape patch over it.
Just blue duct tape that makes it look like a number 1.
Welcome to the highest stock car racing series in America.
I was going through the 98 CASCAR car set, and one of the cars is like an 89 or an 83 car, and it's just a piece of tape that's connecting the 3, the top of the 3 that makes it a 9, and it's not even the correct color.
Huh.
Wayne Peterson wasn't the first one to do it.
And then, you guys might get a kick out of the 8 and the 89 on Teen Timothy.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Yes.
Oh boy.
89.
Yeah, I got to have a look at those cars. It's amusing, and we are back to green. Jim Hayes trying to get one of his laps back from Wodarczyk. Once again.
Again.
Yeah, he still hasn't broken out of the 3-lap down range. And it looks like he's not quite gonna do it this time.
Do these cars use duck roll tires?
No, Liberty tires.
Liberty tires.
Duck roll is communist Canadian trash.
Okay.
Freaking socialists.
Seven car got stuck in traffic, I think.
Yeah, he's dropped back to 4th.
You should put Jeff Little on the wall.
Snake Plissken says, Hobbs has been declawed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey Siege, for the dirt races, I was wondering if I could do the throwback decals for like a second kind of paint scheme.
You mean the dirt race? Because 7077 happens to be the only dirt race.
Okay, yeah, for 7077 I was gonna run the throwback manufactured decals.
Yeah, that's cool.
Alright.
Turn
Dirt to
Daytona
Daytona.
into dirt. Back when I was first playing around Sandbox, I did a test where I converted Daytona into dirt. It was really boring to drive on.
Dirt to Daytona, more like Daytona to dirt.
Dang it, that's what I was.
Which also describes Jeremy Mayfield's fall from grace.
Oh.
Rip.
Although to be fair, that was dirt to Daytona to meth, so
Daytona to meth doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
That's the sequel.
Oh.
you just need to set Daytona to the meth track type now.
Oh, jeez.
How does the meth track type work?
And
I don't know.
on a more-
Maybe like this race.
It's artificial snow.
on a more serious note, where's the dirt track in this schedule again? I'm pretty sure there's one.
7077. I based that in Cambridge, Ohio.
Oh, for ASCC?
Oh, no. ASCC's going to Knoxville for their dirt race.
That was it. Okay.
And Stefan Wodarczyk has definitely checked out. He's making this race dull with 20 laps to go. That needs to change. This isn't exciting enough.
Is that
Unfortunately,
debris? Is that debris I see on the infield grass?
It's the infamous French driver Jacques Debris.
what in hell's that French dude doing in this American series? What the hell?
there seems to be a man running onto the track carrying a tray of drinks. That's a King of the Hill reference there.
Damn it, Bobby.
And it comes from the NASCAR episode too.
Yeah.
Ryan, that would be a good response to Bobby Miller the third.
Dang it, Bobby.
Dang
That
it,
boy
Bobby.
ain't right.
Yeah, that boy ain't right.
I tell you what. You ever just stand around with everyone holding a beer and just go, yep,
Yep.
Yep.
yep, I
Good
do
job,
it all
everyone.
the time.
Good. Well, with less than 20 laps to go, I guess you can say this was an interesting race.
Yes, it was. Stefan Wodarczyk trying to win in his first start. So we could have a battle soon between Dan Richards and Peter Johnson.
Oh, don't you wish any of that bad luck on us, Gregory?
Yeah, please don't even joke like that. The beginning of the replay is still intact.
Oh sheesh, I thought it just...
I had a race once where the race ended and then the game crashed.
Oh no.
The laws of NR state that if you talk about it, it could happen.
Don't the replays start cutting out the beginning after 2 hours?
No, it
Doesn't look
depends
like it.
on the computer, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't have one that was long enough to do that until the other Sunday at the FTF race, and mine was like an hour 59 something. That was a long race.
Coming up on 10 laps to go now. All the lapped cars are playing annoyingly nicely with the leader.
Interesting way to put that.
Told these damn lap cars they could play nice.
But Dan Richards has caught Peter Johnson for third. I'm gonna pay attention to this for a little bit.
Yeah, this doesn't look like it's shaping up to be a Rockingham photo finish.
It could be between the 44 and the 7.
I kind of had Team Thunder really expand their operations this season. Because they're not really diverting as much into their Master Cup program.
Remind me what their Master Cup program is? I didn't hear everything you said in case I missed it.
I said they've been divesting resources from what was their Master Cup program.
Oh, that's what you said. Gotcha. Didn't catch it all. It's just FARC ASCC, right?
And Americar,
Oh, okay.
which are just converted FARC cars.
Easy enough.
Dan Richards showing why he's a former champion and keeping up with 44 with a car that looks like this. Well, the 44 is an Inglesby that is not Palmer Styles, so this might not be as impressive as it looks.
It's impressive. You're just not giving it enough credit.
The damage models on these mods they're wonderful. I love them.
I do. It kind of this is just a personal thing with me, but I wish more people gave some of the mods more love. Like, I saw a post someone made the other day.
51
They said,
is dead.
"Oh,
no.
the dream is over." I saw a post on NR 2003 fans, and it's like, and someone says, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep painting cars, but I'm not gonna post my cars because people seem to." Like, he's not going to post them up for public download. Like, if you ask him, he'll give you the download link. But he said, I'm not going to post my cars up because fictional cars aren't as well loved as the real cars are nowadays. And unless you're painting like a retro paint scheme or a real car, no one really cares, which is kind of...
Drive the American dream.
Oh. Yeah, maybe I should do that. God. Maybe they should do that for the General Grant race.
Real quickly, that car, it's a wrestling reference. I'm not sure if anyone would get it, but the American Dream, that Drive the American Dream, it would have to be black with yellow polka dots all over it.
Got it.
You get the reference?
I knew you were going to say it before you said it.
Do you like the reference, though?
That's a very good reference.
Coming up to the white flag in a moment.
Would anyone like me to explain why?
Oh.
I'm good, thanks.
And
but
Stefan Wodarczyk takes the win. 9 seconds ahead of the 2 of Jason Richardson, but we've still got the third place battle to settle. Peter Johnson trying to hold off the 7.
Man, I was hoping the 7 would get him, but doesn't look like it.
Still a top 5.
Yeah, top 5 in a car that
lead
should be on track.
The championship defense from 7 years
7 years ago. He won the championship and killed it at the same time. He was so good.
Maybe 7 years
Within-
later is the year for car number 7.
Within 77 got in the top 10 too.
Hey, there you go. Good for him.
Within 2 months, Dan Richards went from doing nothing to winning the ASCC championship and the Rockford 200, and he's kind of done nothing.
Hey, Pacer got a top 30.
Yeah, there you go. Everyone
I
had a good
suppose-
run.
I think I also kind of mentioned only him into Master Cup too, in some capacity, like 2015 to 2019, or 2015 to 2018.
Poked around somewhere during that time.
So Winston Orwell has the honor of becoming the first last place finisher, even though he's still technically on track, 241 laps down.
ASCC last car.
Just makes him first loser.
But Cooper and I actually talked about like what Jim Hayes would have done in Master Cup had he run those seasons. And we had established some stuff. So
Nice.
Nice.
So, official results are Stefan Wodarczyk taking the win in his first series start, followed by Jason Richardson, 9.7 seconds behind. And then, on the verge of going a lap down, Peter Johnson held off Dan Richards for third, and those were the only 4 cars to finish on the lead lap. Richie Pinto gets both expansion motorsports cars into the top 5. Paul Sherbin, first car 2 laps down. Greg Gray, Calvin Hobbs, Jeff Little, and then Jim Hayes rounding out the top 10, putting both of the Team Thunder cars in the top 10. And then Porter House was the last car to finish the race, 8 laps down. Seth Anderson dropped out late after hanging on to the top 5 for quite some time.
it's kind of weird seeing a 07 car that's not Team Thunder.
Thank you all for joining me tonight. I will get results and points up on EFR shortly. I know this was a long one, plagued with technical issues and lots of crashes. But thank you all for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed it.
The first time's always the hardest.
Thank you for bringing it to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big thanks, Siege.
Yes.
Thanks for having us on.
I'm not quite sure how I'm going to cover the rest of the ASCC season. I was thinking about doing recaps with multiple races at a time, but I do have a hard time with getting to races after stockpiling them. We'll see what happens, but I'll definitely see it through to the end. And I might do another stream sometime this weekend. FARC qualifying at San Antonio.
Ooh,
Oh.
Ooh.
Hey, there we go.
All right.
something to look forward to.
We'll see what becomes of that, but until next time, we'll see you all around. Thank you for joining me.
Yep.
Good night, world.
All right. See you,
Good
Siege.
night, everybody.